cannot believe I'm on camera with no makeup. So many of you have been emailing me and messaging me, asking me about makeup for the older skin and how to apply makeup, and so with that in mind I'd like to introduce you to Anne-Marie from Fuschia Makeup.
I'm gonna do something that's just really simple. 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops if you're going somewhere special. So we're going to start the skin off with our D20 Hydration Mist. So this is an all-natural mister for the skin. It's a really nice primer for the skin, super fresh, super lightweight. So it's going to just tighten the pores, the fine lines, and also give you, I suppose, more of a smoother appearance for your foundation to stick to. Then we're going to use our fabulous mineral powder. People always think you can't use powder on mature skin, but actually it looks super flawless. This is our jumbo buffer brush. So we have all that product on the tips of our bristles, and then you tap it downwards into the brush, and this just locks the product in. Just going to take small amounts and buff all over the skin. Our mineral from Fuschia gives this fab glowiness to the skin. It doesn't dry, so there's no chalks or talcs in the ingredients. If you have a long day or a special occasion, it's not going to give you a flashback or wash you out at all. Mineral tends to balance out your skin, so if you're particularly oily, it'll soften the kind of oiliness coming through. If you're particularly dry, it'll promote the moisture to your skin, so you can kind of use it as a balancing tool. With mineral, you want to start on the outer part of the face and bring it inwards. You can put one layer on it, just give you a bit of colour, freshen you up a little, and then if you wanted to go out for lunch or you're heading out for dinner, you could throw 2 layers on. So I personally prefer to match to the chest rather than to the neck. Just whatever's left on your brush, I go down about 1 inch or so onto the neck, because this area always has a little bit of a shadow from the sun, so it's always going to be naturally paler. So now I'm going to go in with our mineral concealer, okay? Now this is fully vegan, designed to work with your mineral powder. Build up the coverage depending on what you need and what you're wanting that particular day. I tend to work it right up into them inner corners, because the inner corners like that have a natural shadow, plus they're quite dull and quite dark, especially if you're living on a couple of hours sleep. Whatever is left on our my little wand, I'm just going to pull outwards just to have some there to blend in with our foundation. Now I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. It's going to absorb some of the product so that it's not going to be sticky or stuck there for the day, and you can kind of buff away any bits you don't want. So if you want to put on your liquid concealer beforehand, you can do, and then like that we're putting it on after, and it's going to blend in with the powder really, really nicely. Again, they're designed to work very well. And I'm buffing across your lid as well, again, mainly because of any discoloration. Now this is optional. So we have a pressed powder in 2 forms. You have it in a pressed form, which is a little bit more full coverage. You could nearly use this as a full coverage if you are quite oily in the mineral range, or then you can do just the rice powder, which is just translucent. I like the little bit of extra coverage, especially around the nose area and stuff like that, which is where I'm going to be focusing this with the exact same mineral brush. And I'm just going to sweep it around the nose area, down off onto the under eyes, the chin, and a touch onto the forehead. And this is just going to help control them oils throughout the day. And like that, you can go back into your mineral and still build up coverage after that. We're going to do a little bit of a bronzer. I'm going to use a big fluffy domed brush. Our bronzers are actually pressed quite solid, which is great because you're only picking up a small amount of product at a time. Put a bronzer in the right areas. So forehead, nose, top of the cheekbone, top of the chin. So a little bit along the top of the forehead. Again, the sun naturally grabs us there. A little bit down the nose. This is just going to naturally give you colour, especially if your foundation's ever too pale. So I'm going in with a nice kind of rosy tone, something just to give you a little bit of a flush, and a nice angled duo fibre brush. Really, really finely milled highlighter called Get Wet. So going in with something more finely milled that's almost like a pressed powder with a shine to it will just give you that luminosity. So I'm going to use the same blusher brush, and I'm going to go just above your blusher. And you won't notice it too much, but it's more for when the sun hits the skin, the light hits the skin, and it'll just give you that kind of nice, freshly lifted cheek.